Hi everyone, I'm Felicity Tilak. I'm an educator and I have done many different kinds of teaching in my life. I started off as an English conversation teacher for children, and now I'm a primary school teacher and I've taught adults and all kinds of things. And today I wanted to show you guys some ways that I make learning fun but in a simple way. And usually these games are good for drilling or good for kind of practicing a little bit of memorization. They just make things a little bit more fun, and they can be done with a range of ages and a range of input. You could use these for maths or for English or spelling, or if you have to remember random facts for science or something like that. So what you generally need, I've found, is a pack of cards is always good, dice, and anything else. Like if you have, for example, Jenga or dominoes, any kind of turn-taking game where before you do some action, you have a chance to kind of pause and insert the learning, I suppose. These are the games that are good for that. Okay, so I'll start off today with a favorite of mine, which you use the deck of cards for, and it's 3, 5, 7. So you put the cards in a circle like this, and it's a more than one person. This is not a solitaire kind of game, so this one is good for 2 people up, I suppose, and you take turns and putting a card in the center. And straight away I got a 3. So the game's called 3, 5, 7 for this reason. When a 3, a 5, or a 7 are in the middle, then everybody slaps down as fast as they can, and the slowest person, the person who puts their hand down the last, they get the cards, and that's not a good thing. The person with the least cards is the winner. And then, so you start again. So you put a card in there. This time it's a 6. Nothing happens. And next person, don't let the kids do this. That's cheating. Put it down. That one is an ace or a 1. So again, it's safe. And as each person has their turn, you can ask them, a times table. What's 5 times 5? Oh, it's 25. Okay, have a go. 5. And everybody slaps. The slowest person has to take the cards. How do you spell philosophy? All right. Oh. Okay, so that's that game. 3, 5, 7 is the name of it. And another replacement game that I find is quite fun is, again, Jenga. You build up the Jenga into its little tower, and every time you have a go, then you have to answer some kind of question. If you're teaching English, it can be good. You can, how are you today? And I'm fine. Okay, you can take a block. Oh, what's your favorite food? I like ramen. And they take a block. Or if you're teaching children in a homeschool kind of environment, then yeah, it can be like, what is one of Maslow's needs on his pyramid of needs? Oh, shelter. Okay, you can have it. So you can use this or dominoes or some other kind of board game style to take turns and kind of put that learning into it. Another game which I really like is etto. Etto is the Japanese kind of word for like etto, like that. So the way that this game is played is you have some flashcards. I'm going to use these as an example, but you wouldn't normally use a pack of cards. Normally you would use actual pictures of something or flashcards with words on it or something like that. So we'll start off with 4. So queen, 4, 10, 5. And the way you play it, you put out your cards on the table. So if you're teaching English, perhaps it's apple, banana, melon, orange. Or again, if you're doing multiplication, perhaps it's 5 times 5, 5 times 4, 5 times 8, 5 times 7. Something like that. And, or I often use this with kind of more science kind of subjects. For example, like parts of a flower, stem, petal, stamen, pollen, something like that. And then you get the child or children to close their eyes, and as you're doing that, you flip a card over. And then they open their eyes and they have to tell you what that card is. Oh, it's a queen. Yes, it is. You get a point, or well done, or however you want to play the game. And you get them to close their eyes again. Maybe mix up the cards, make it a little bit more challenging. Turn it over. Turn two of them over. They open their eyes and they have to tell you, oh, it's a 4 and a 7. What was it? 5. 4 and a 5. Okay. Start off with a smaller amount of cards and then add extras to, again, make it more challenging and more fun. You don't need to have a whiteboard, but if you do, then you can use it the same way, or you can adapt it without a whiteboard. I'm going to show you 2 games that I like to play. One of them is Tornado. Tornado, you play like this. You have your tornado or some other kind of force that could, be bad news. Maybe it's a monster or something. And you have your points on your... This is basically like a little board game. You have your points like that. And I have a magnet. Again, you can do this with paper, just on a flat surface. You can draw all of these. Have these points as flashcards. Maybe they're spelling words. Maybe they're mathematical equations. And then this is where the dice comes in handy. You roll a dice and you move around the board. 1, 2, 3. Spell chicken. CHICKEN. And I usually start to build a house and drawing a simple picture of a house. And if you hit the tornado, then the house gets blown over. Okay, so 3 times 2, it's 6. Can you tell what age grade I teach? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I hit the tornado. See ya, house. So basically by the end, you want to build a simple house. You can make it fancy. You can have a door, or a chimney, or smoke, but I usually keep it simple. Okay, so that's one game that I play. I also play a kind of bingo game, which is similar to Tornado, except no tornado. Bingo is best played competitively. So you go around and you put your initials next to each one as you get them. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you ask a question, what do plants need for photosynthesis? They need carbon dioxide. Okay. And then you get that one and you go around. And when you have all of them, you get bingo. 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still have to ask a question, but you've already got this one. What do plants produce when they do photosynthesis? They produce oxygen. We need more plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so on and so forth. So there are a few little games that you can play quite easily just around your house using some cards, maybe a dice if you have one. Well, there's apps for that. And this style of board game, which you can do with paper very easily, and hopefully that'll make, learning a little bit more fun for children who might be reluctant, especially if they're feeling a bit stressed at the moment. It's always good to make learning fun, I think.